Here's what I made from scratch this week to save money, reduce preservatives, and lower waste. This is a huge staple restock because I haven't done one since before the holidays. We've been sick for the last couple weeks. I intended to can these cranberries in December. It never happened, so I canned 3 bags of cranberry into cranberry juice. The leftover pulp I blended up and then spread onto parchment paper to make fruit leather. Then I started to make a dent in my sourdough discard to make some sourdough discard bagels for my cookbook from scratch. We needed a freezer breakfast restock desperately, so I made 3 batches. I then made a quick batch of my caramel simple syrup on the stovetop. This recipe is in my ebook cookbook, Simple Syrups from Scratch. It's super easy and really good. We were out of our shredded cheese. I buy blocks because it's cheaper, and I use my mixer attachment to shred it. It's easy, and then I use cornstarch to stop it from clumping together. And then I also made a few loaves of sourdough, 1 fresh for us to eat, but then a couple for the freezer, which I sliced before freezing so we can pop out just what we need. 2 loaves I made plain, 1 loaf I made cheddar. I didn't want to make it jalapeno, although I did have a lot of wrinkly ones in the fridge, so I cut those up and put them in a freezer bag for the next time I want to make jalapeno cheddar bread. And then I made a batch of oat milk. It cost pennies compared to $5 at the grocery store, and this is what I use in my coffee with simple syrup instead of creamer, and I just use my blender. It's super easy. And then I save that pulp and add it back to the blender and make a batch of blended overnight oats. If you don't like overnight oats, try them blended. I swear it's 10 times better. And then I made a jar of pickled red onions. I cut them in rainbows and add them to a jar with some spices and vinegar and refrigerate for 6 hours, and then it's done. And that's all I did this week. It felt great after the holidays to get back to another homemade kitchen restock and back in the swing of things. See you next week.